What's up, friends? Let's do another You Got 5 Minutes. And today it's going to be part two of exploring comparisons, okay? And whether or not that is helping you or hurting you or holding you back. Because again, our You Got 5 Minute segments are all about identifying the thing that is your limiting belief, is holding you back, is a road bump, a roadblock in your progress, and making a plan to address it. So if you haven't listened to part one of comparisons, go back and listen to it. We did talk about um, like comparing ourselves to other people here in the present. Okay. So now let's move on to another comparison that, in my opinion and experience, it can be tough. And it's you comparing yourself to who you used to be. Yeah. That I again, in the context of the fitness industry, I've heard that a number of times. "Oh, I used to be so good at this. Oh, I used to be a strong when I was an athlete in high school or college," or whatever the case is. You're looking backwards into the past about who you used to be and comparing yourself to that person when you've had all of this life happen to you since then. And it doesn't have to be that far back either. It could be a year back or it could be 6 months back. And you want to get back to that person you used to be after a number of changes that have happened. Okay. And so again, let's look a little bit closer at what that comparison is doing. Because last time did a comparison episode, it was um, the comparison is taking your focus off of yourself and onto someone else. So what is this type of comparison doing to you when you are comparing yourself to who you used to be? First of all, you're taking yourself out of the present moment. So instead of looking at where you're at now, you're like, oh, you're looking backwards. You're saying, I used to be that person, but I'm not that person now. So another point here is like you're wishing you were someone else, but you're telling yourself what you're not instead of what you are in the present moment. A couple of levels there, but let's stick to the comparison. And I'll give an example from my own life, and that is, I used to be a cross country runner in high school and college a little bit. Loved it, did it every day. It was great. I don't run that much anymore. Do I miss it? Sure. But I'm also focused on other things right now. So, no, I'm not the runner that I used to be. But if I focused on, oh, I used to be this great runner, and now I'm not anymore, then I'd be like, all I can see is what I'm not. And so again, this comparison now is taking you out of your present moment and into somewhere else. And if you're somewhere else, what are you missing that's right in front of you? So what do we do about that then, right? What is the plan of action when we find ourselves comparing yourself to something another time in your life? Couple of things you can do here. Number one, if you are looking back at who you used to be, what if you made a list of the qualities about yourself that you liked about yourself then? Like, what were you doing? What were you good at? What were the things that got you to where you were in that point of view? And what of that list can you implement today? Right? You can take what you can learn from it, right? I used to do this every day. Cool. What can you start doing that every day again? Great. Another thing you can do here is, again, bring yourself back into the present moment and focus on what what you want now, where you want to be now. And sometimes coming back into the present moment is a reality check. Which can, sometimes it's a good reality check, sometimes it's, you need a little support with that. And so, but bring yourself back into the present moment and say, well, am I doing the things that I want to do? Am I where I want to be? And if not, define those things right off the bat. It's a simple goal setting exercise. Like, I wish I was back where I used to be. Okay, that's what I want again. Let's write that down and set some goals and make a plan for it. So, yeah, I'm getting close to 5 minutes here. So, again, comparing yourself to who you used to be. Make a list of why you liked that person and what can you implement again today. And then similarly, give yourself a reality check, bring yourself into the present moment, and then make a plan for getting back there. Or getting back there, getting creating, you get to create stuff moving forward. You don't get to change things from the past. So like, what do you want to create moving forward? Make a definition, make a plan, and do it. And that's what I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to do any of the following to show your support. Number 1, please rate, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening. Number 2, head over to my Buy Me a Coffee page and buy me a coffee. The link is in the show notes. Number 3, share this episode with a friend so they can have more awesome in their life too.